to Backpack Travel Agency's YouTube page. My name is Tracy and I am the owner and agent here at Backpack Travel Agency. I want to thank you for joining me today as I talk about Disneyland. Now, Disneyland is not to be confused with Disney World. Disneyland is in California. Disney World is in Florida. Disneyland is very different than Disney World. Disneyland is the original Disney theme park. It was opened July 17th in 1955, so it is a much older park than Disney World. Today, now it is split up into 8 different parks in one. You have Main Street USA, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, Mickey's Toontown, Frontierland, Critter Country, New Orleans Square, and Adventureland. So whenever you're thinking of taking a Disneyland or World vacation, I highly recommend you work with a travel agent. We have to go through extensive training and graduate Disney's University. Been there, done that. Got to do it every year. Just already finished this year's credentials, so I'm good for this year too. Now, if you've ever seen or heard of anybody who ever has worked at Disney, there is strenuous classes and rules that they have to follow. It's no different than their travel agents. They want to make sure that the travel agents that are promoting Disney know what we're talking about. So with that being said, there's a lot of differences between the two parks. And if you are not experienced, there's things that you might think are happening at one park that are actually at the other park. Well, like I said, I'm going to talk about Disneyland. I've already done a video on Disney World, so if you have questions about that, go back and watch that video. So, like I said, Disneyland out there in California, there's actually Disneyland and California Adventures. I'm not talking about them today, strictly on Disneyland. So with Disneyland, you have the rides like Haunted Mansion and Indiana Jones Adventure and the Mad Tea Party, which is the spinning cups you always see in people go on. Or how about Goofy's Playhouse for the littler ones? And the Pirates of the Caribbean. Not too long ago, I want to say it was last year, maybe the year before that, some tourists at Disneyland got a surprise, and Johnny Depp was actually dressed up as Jack Sparrow, and he'd spent a whole day or several hours being part of the ride. That was a huge thing that happened for these people. Magic of Disney, you never know what's going to happen. And then, of course, there's Sleeping Beauty's Castle. You have Cinderella's Castle in one place, you have Sleeping Beauty's in the other. Sleeping Beauty's Castle, you get to actually do a walkthrough. They have walkthroughs through there. And then, of course, Space Mountain, and then Splash Mountain too. So at Disneyland, you can get tours. So how would you like to actually get behind the scenes at Disney? I mean, they have VIP tours, which give you private tours. They have Disney Halloween tours, Disney's Happy's Haunted. They have Grand Circle tours. They have Holiday Time at Disneyland. And then, of course, they have a walk-in Walt's Disneyland Footsteps. Get to actually see what Walt Disney himself kind of walked through his footsteps. So that's just some of the things that's going on at Disneyland rather than at the other one. So, as a travel agent, I try to recommend, not guarantee that you have to. I'm just saying I recommend that you stay on a Disneyland resort. Why? You have a lot of perks that you don't have if you're off the park. So one of them is extra magic hours. This is phenomenal because if you've ever been to Disney during the peak time, you know it's very crowded. So with Disney extra park hours, you're going to get to be on the park longer than those guests who did not stay at a resort, which means you get to ride rides when the lines are shorter. Sorry, I get tongue-tied a lot. They also do the Disney character dining. And then you get Disney character wake-up calls. I mean, would your kid just love to be woken up by Mickey Mouse? I mean, that would just be cool. Or maybe you don't even want to let your kids answer the phone and you want to hear Mickey Mouse get woke up by Mickey yourself. Or I would want Donald. Donald's my personal favorite. So, and then they also have preferred access reservations. What that means is that because you're staying on their resort with like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, where you have to make a reservation for, you're going to get pushed to closer to the front of the line. So you're going to get to be in there a lot sooner than those that aren't staying on resort. So one of the things that's really different about Disneyland to Disney World is the Fast Pass rules. See, this is where things can get really confusing, and as an agent, you really need to know all of this. So Fast Pass at Disneyland is the day of. They not so many of, day of. And then you can get what they called a Magic Fast or Max Fast Pass, which gets you even better access to everything. So as you can tell, see, I've gone through a lot of information on how Disneyland is so much different and can be very confusing. So if you are thinking about whether it's a Disneyland, Disney World, or any other type of vacation you're thinking of, I highly recommend you work with a travel agent. Most travel agents, including myself, are free of charge. So call me up. Doesn't matter where you live, where I live. We can do things. With technology nowadays, it's great. We can do it over the phone, online, but I can help you plan that magical vacation for you and your family. I want to thank you for joining me today, and if you do want to book a trip with me, whether, like I said, it's Disneyland, Disney World, a cruise, anywhere else in the United States or in the world, I have access to everywhere. My name is Tracy. You can reach me at 931-703-3594, or you can Tracy, Tracy at bagspacktravel.com. That's my email address. Or you can even send me a message here on YouTube or follow my Facebook page at Bags Pack Travel. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I will see you later as I continue on with Disney and talk about Disney Cruise Lines. Thank you, and you have a nice day. Bye.